Day here. The Brahma Kumari's organization is a spiritual organization spread worldwide in 110 countries. In United States, we have 35 centers and sub-centers and 2 retreat center, one here in New York, the other one is in California. And main aim of this organization is to serve the community and for the betterment of the world where we see a lot of love, peace and harmony. So just for before we begin the program, I would like to let you know that we have the restroom here outside. The water cooler is at the back if you want to use it. And we will begin the program with a nice dance, which we call it as a Saraswati Vanna. And we have Sister Apurva, who is going to perform this today. Apurva is 12th grade student, as well as she's practicing Brahma Kumari's practice here. And she is soon going to get her another degree, right? What is that called? Visharad degree. So she is going to perform Saraswati Vanna here. We welcome her. Om Shanti.
takita dikita tukita digana nagana digga digana takita 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 thana tha sama patu
Thank you, Apurva. That was a beautiful and graceful performance by Apurva. And now we're going to welcome Sister Kala. Can you lower down the volume of the music? Thank you. So I'm going to welcome Sister Kala. And as Sister Namrata mentioned, that we have 2 retreat centers in USA. One is in upstate New York. And Sister Kala has been serving as the director of that Peace Village Retreat Center, which is in upstate New York, for more than 2 decades. She has experience of Raj Yoga meditation. She has been a meditation practitioner and a teacher for over 4 decades. She's our senior Raj Yogi. And I have worked with her personally. And, if you ever go to Peace Village, you'll come across her, but you will not notice that she's the director of Peace Village. She is an image of love. She has so much humility, loyalty. At the same time, she is so open-minded. And if you are around her, you will spiritually grow just by her presence. So I would like to welcome Sister Kala. And she's going to enlighten us and take us through this journey of what the real meaning of Diwali is. We are all gathered here for Diwali. Welcome, Sister Kala. And we'll welcome her with an applaud. Welcome. And I would like Sister Roshini to welcome her on behalf of all of us with a bouquet. And this is our fortune that we are here with us, and such a great soul. Om Shanti. We're going to start with a meditation song before the talk.
I am light, I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. 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 I'm not the mistakes that I have made, or any of the things that caused me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. 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 Yeah. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. Oh, light. Yeah. All light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. Yeah. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light.
Om Shanti. Good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you. And a happy Diwali, because I know Diwali has been around for some time now. For some, they have finished celebrating, and we are still celebrating, although it is a sometimes few days long, month long festival, and everyone does it differently, right? But we look at it as a whole season of Diwali, season of lights. And of course, for those of us who've been here in this country for a long time, it's very close to the other season of lights also that's coming, right? The holiday season, the Christmas season. And I think it's pretty meaningful that these holidays all come together in clusters, and one leads to the other, leads to the other. And I think the question that might arise in the minds of some people, especially the little ones, I think, is what is so special about light? Why do we put lights on? And whether it is holiday season or whether it is Diwali season or whatever, we try to celebrate, one of the first things we do is we light up the place, right? We try to make it beautiful, because when a place is in darkness, no matter how beautiful it is, you can't see it. You have tried so hard to decorate your home or whatever, but if the lighting is not right, something doesn't show, right? So lighting is something that you pay a lot of attention to, those of you who are into decoration and all of that, making sure that after the beauty is all done, that the lights are there. But also, I think before even beautifying the place and lighting up the place, there's one thing that we do in Diwali time, or in preparation to Diwali time. Do you know what that is? Cleaning, right? Cleaning. I don't know how many of you grew up with the tradition of cleaning for a month before Diwali day. How many of you grew up with that tradition, or maybe a week, or maybe a few days of cleaning? And I think that's also quite significant, no? You clean to such an extent that you want everything to look fresh. I know that in our headquarters, when we go to Mount Abu, every year, believe it or not, every year they have some of the places, some of the walls, some of the rooms whitewashed. They call it whitewash, in India. So they paint every year, because in India it becomes so dirty, very fast. But they don't want that to show. But I think that is also quite significant, that you want, when your place is lit up, you don't want the dirt to show. So the first thing that you do is you clean up, whether it's the closets, whether it's underneath the bread or underneath, your, mattresses or whatever. You kind of clean out your old stuff, throw away your old stuff, sort out everything. And, it gives you a very nice feeling. It's a little bit like spring cleaning, right? Spring cleaning, how fresh it makes the home. And, even the ones who are cleaning feel so good after cleaning. But I always like the preparation up to the Diwali time. And that is so significant, I think. Do you think all these festivals, just somebody imagined the festivals and they created these festivals? Or is there a deeper secret to all these things, you think? Who thinks there is a deeper secret, that we didn't just invent these things out of our own head? Did you think that there must be some meaning in it? No? Where did these festivals come from? Who started? Any ideas? Must have been the first time that they did with Diwali, I think. How did it start? Yes. So they remembered a story around Sri Ram coming back from 14 years of, being away, and coming back into a kingdom, and how joyful they were when this whole kingdom was taken back from Ravan. So all the joy and the celebration and the decoration is about this victory, right? The victory of Ram over Ravan. Of course, that's a very, very lovely story. And even the story, for example, is pretty symbolic, isn't it? Today, if you ask little children, do you know the story? And they will first ask you, do you really think there was somebody like Ravan with 10 heads? You think so? Right? You probably have to answer a lot of questions from your children. But one of the things that we do here in the Brahma Kumaris is we don't go and analyze these things, but simple common sense we use. And that is that everything that we do must have a beginning. And everything that we do must have a meaning. There must be something that we are trying to get back that we lost, so to speak, right? There is this wish to get back the kingdom. There is this wish to win this war over Ravan. Now, where is this Ravan? Who is this Ravan? Is it a person really? Is it a character just in the scriptures? Or is it something that is more current and that we can actually relate to in a different way? And we believe that even Ravan is symbolic, right? Symbolic of the negative forces that are around us. Now, is it just the negative forces outside of us, in some people out there, in some countries, someone in position? What are these negative forces? Could they be in us too? That's the question. And if it is in us, then we don't want to see it, isn't it? And that's why I think the first thing that we want to do is to clean up. Because we don't want to show off Ravan's face to the world when the light is lit, do we? We want the place to be clean. We want our mind to be clean. We want our hearts to be clean. We want our thoughts and feelings to be clean. We want our actions to be clean. Right? Who doesn't want that to happen? Everybody wants that. I think we all like that kind of positivity and peacefulness and lovefulness. And, these are the virtues that we want to invoke at the time of Diwali too. Not only we want to kill Ravan and celebrate Rama's kingdom, but we also invoke Mahalakshmi, right? And what does Mahalakshmi stand for? Not just physical wealth, but the wealth of our inner treasures. The inner treasures meaning those very, very beautiful qualities that we all have inside of us. The qualities that we sometimes forget, but the qualities that we like to see in others. And we forget, oh, I wish I was like that. I wish I was a little more peaceful like this person is. No? Sometimes you will look at something else or someone else and remember and feel bad about what you don't have, or, I wish I could be like that. And I think actually Diwali is such a beautiful occasion to remind ourselves of what is inside of us. What is really inside of us. Mm-hmm. And not only what is inside of us in terms of what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, but what is my original nature? What is my true nature like? That I can say that this is how God created me, with a lot of beauty inside of me. He didn't create me with a lot of Ravan's features, right? You think Baba or Ram could have created devilish features inside of us or devilish nature inside of us? No. Whose children are we? Ram's children or Ravan's children? God's children or what we call Maya, right? These days, whose children are we? What would you say? God's children, no? So as God, what would He have created inside of us? If we do call ourselves God's children, we should have His qualities too. So all the attributes and the qualities that we look up to and we adore, even if it was just a physical figure of Ram that we adore and worship sometimes, but really God, the highest on high, creates all of us as His children, very beautiful children. And then in that form of His children, the original form of that is that we are light. We are just pure light. We call them Atma. No? We've heard the word Atma. So as children of God, who are we? Atma, souls, light. And then what happened? After the soul is a soul and a child of God, you need something to project that light. You need some ways to show that light. How do you show your light? If you have light inside and you have to show it to the world, how would you as a human being show that light, do you think? With love? With love. And how would that love come across? You would need maybe hands to share gifts, for example, right? You would need eyes to show that you love that person, or the mouth to even say to that person, oh, really, I love you. Right? So this body that is created is also very important to project that light. So one is the soul, the child of God, and the other is the body, which is taken from matter, from 5 elements of matter. So the soul and the matter, the body, they come together and form this human being that I am. Isn't it? So this is what we are made out of. But first the soul, then the body. When the soul is in the body, then I can say I'm alive. When the soul is not in the body, when it's gone somewhere else, what happens to the body? We know that. So if you really want to think about becoming beautiful or making yourself beautiful, what should you be thinking of first? Is it beautifying the body, or is it beautifying the soul? The soul, no? Because without the soul, the body can't go anywhere too much. But the real beauty of the soul is its beautiful qualities, which we were saying before, the virtues. The beauty of the soul is really its qualities of peace and love and wisdom and power and, understanding of each other and giving respect to each other. And the other person, somebody was saying humility, for example, There are so many beautiful, beautiful qualities that this soul holds within itself. And they can only be seen through the body. They can only be shared through the body. So we should also respect this body as much, because it is helping us to project the light of the soul. Without this body, we cannot really say that, I love you. Without that, we cannot really share our feelings for each other. But by the same token, when the soul is not in the right state of mind, it's not in the right condition of thinking, what happens? The same body, you show anger, your face becomes red, you speak wrong words, you hurt people, right? So using the body is up to the soul, how I use this body. So before my words would come out, before my eyes can look at somebody, before my hands can do something to someone, the soul here, the one that is holding this light of beautiful virtues, actually do thinking and making a lot of good decisions, bad decisions, whatever. And according to that, our actions emerge. So when we say that I am light, and I want to share that light with someone, for example, which is what Diwali is about, what do you think should happen first? The first thing that should happen is that I must make sure that I remember that I am light. That's what we have forgotten. What we remember is the body that is not light originally. And when you look at the beautiful example of the diya, right? You have all used diya during Diwali. We have some diyas here too. So the diya actually is made out of what? Clay, right? Mud, dust. So is it very beautiful? We decorate it, we really nicely beautify it. But what makes it the most beautiful is when we have a flame coming out of it. On Diwali day, the first thing that they do is they go and light one big lamp at the altar, and from that lamp, all the other diyas also get lit. But what do you have to have inside the diya before that lamp can really take off? I'm not talking about the electrical ones now. I'm talking about the original ones. How many of you have seen an original diya? Have you seen an original diya? And it's very simple. It's just made out of clay. It's deep. And what does it hold inside? Oil. Oil. So you clean the diya, wash the diya, make it very nice and clean. And what do you put in it? You dry it, of course, and you put oil in it. And you put a little wick in it. Remember those days of making the wick and putting it in the diya and pouring the oil and putting a little decoration around it. So all of that is very, very symbolic. Because as I was saying, the diya itself is the clay pot, the body made out of dust, made out of clay. We came from dust. The 5 elements of matter have come together to make this body. But inside that is the flame, the light of the soul. But for that flame to come alive and shine bright, what we need is, the first thing is oil has to be there. And what do you think is the oil that's there? The oil that we have to have there is actually what I'm sharing with you right now, is this understanding of who I am, what I am, which we call knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Like we have so many different kinds of knowledge to understand about the pictures, about the wall, about buildings, about, doing any kind of physical, work or whatever. We have to have understanding of who I am. I need that basic knowledge, who I am, what a beautiful being of light I am. How lovely my qualities that God sent me with are. So that knowledge is missing. And therefore what happened is, we think of ourselves just in terms of the beauty of the body, and we get enveloped by all kinds of negative, thoughts and emotions and feelings, and we come under the influence of Ravan, right? Remember the Ravan? But now we have to start thinking of the clay as just clay. It's made out of, it's very good, it's very useful to me, but more important and useful to me is to know who I am. I'm a soul. I'm spiritual light. I'm full of peace. I'm full of lovely qualities. And then after pouring the oil, of course, you see the wick. The wick is also important. What does the wick do? The wick is the one that we are going to light from that big flame in the altar, remember? Without the wick also, if you just pour it in oil and it'll go into a flame, but you need that little wick. So what is that wick going to be? The wick is actually what connects us as souls and children of God to God, which we call yoga. Yoga is connection. Yoga is connecting one point to another point. In simple words, when the mind connects to another mind or something else, what do you call it? Telepathy, right? But in simple words, we call it remembrance. When I'm sitting here, but I'm remembering my mom in India, or I'm remembering my child, who's in school, what is happening is this soul is remembering that soul. There is a connection there already. Mind to mind connection, soul to soul connection. And something happens sometimes, when you're remembering somebody, they call or they do something and you get the response of it. But here, what we want to do is light the light that has been, burnt out for over a long period of time. We want to connect with a light that is not dim, that's not burnt out, that's very bright and constantly shining. We want this wick to connect with that one. So who do you think that one is? It's God. The one soul whom we call as Supreme Soul or Param Atma, because that soul never becomes dim, dim, dim. We as human beings, we forget, and therefore the light becomes dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. But with the question of God, the Supreme Soul, he doesn't ever forget because he doesn't come into birth and death cycle. He's just light all the time. And therefore always remembers all the time what I, the soul, is and what he is and all of that. The picture of that is what you see here. Just light that you see here. Just a point of light. Right? So this is how we remember the light of God. So that light is constantly shining. Of course, you can show it as a big, bright light too. But basically what he is just a point of light. Just like we also as souls, we always say we are also light. And that's why we put the tilak here, right? Right in the center of the forehead. It's symbolic of the soul that I am. Light, light, light. So we are all light, simple points of light. And God, the one who created all of us, is also a point of light. We all are in body, and we have forgotten really who we are, who we truly are. Now we are trying to get back that memory. And by looking at that one or by connecting the wick to that one, we are actually able to remember more and more the beauty of who we are. Right? Otherwise, and this is what we do when we worship. We light the diya, we put the tilak, we do all the puja, all of those things. What does it make us feel? It feels good. It feels like we are remembering our divinity. We are going back to that original divinity or divine qualities. That's why we go in front of the deities and do that too. Because their face, their decoration, or their demeanor, even the way they stand in the temple, and you look at them, you feel you're getting something, right? You feel that their vibrations are reaching you, and you're becoming more peaceful. You're becoming more lighter inside of you. Now, all of those qualities are actually things that we earn for, we wish for, and we want to be. And at Diwali time, we especially make a special attempt to get those feelings of divinity back in ourselves. Right? This is why we do all the things that we do. We start cleaning the house, whitewash the house, clean the front, decorate the front with a beautiful Rangoli, right? And we start buying new clothes, new everything, new utensils, everything new. And that is also very good. Because anything old that we hold on to, in terms of, our awareness, say, for example, if you've had a bad experience with someone, and you bring back that memory of that bad experience to yourself, it's not easy to feel the light. Right? So this is why we want to renew everything. We want everything new. In other words, let's forget about it. Let's go, forget it. Past is past. But at least from now on, I want to look at you as a beautiful brother soul, sister soul, as a friend. And I want to share good feelings with you. So this is the newness that we want to bring in our lives. And we say, let the past be the past, let the old be the old, and let's create things that are new for us. And that's the importance of newness also in Diwali. That's why they say even at least one piece of cloth should be new on your body, on day of Diwali, even if it's just a pair of socks, but you should have something new. Why? Because when God comes and meets us children with all our old habits and old sanskars and ugliness of our nature, he says, no, change it. I don't like it. This is not how I made you. I'll give you new things. Of course, he can't give us new bodies right away, but he can give us these new qualities, what we call sanskars. Sanskars meaning, that something that, God has naturally, he can give it to us also naturally because we are his children. So he says, take sanskars from me. Don't work with your old habits, old memories, old sanskars, or, things of getting upset or getting impatient or not liking this one and not liking that one. And of course, into conflict. There may be many reasons why you're doing that, but it's not making you feel any better. It's not making things any better by just holding on to those negative feelings and negative sanskars. But on the contrary, if you take good sanskars from me, good qualities from me, and start using those qualities with each other, understanding each other, forgiving each other, letting go, sharing what you have with others, your qualities, then things will start to get better and better and better, little by little. Right? So this is the true significance of Diwali, that we have to really clean out that house of old stuff. And then, of course, we have to prepare to invoke that light of God, invoke those new sanskars that God wants to give us, so that we can really see how beautiful we are inside. This is what we are celebrating today, right? Igniting our inner beauty. Where we all started with. And we want to go back to. And this is the beautiful thing about, what we understand and learn here too. That many people talk about moving from darkness to light. Right? Have you heard that before? Many traditions, many faiths, many religions, everybody believes we have to move from darkness to light. But how many of you believe that you were already in light and the darkness came later? How many of you believe that? Or we were always in darkness and now we have to go to light? There's two concepts, right? I'm asking you to examine both the concepts. We've always been in the dark, and we want to now go to light. And the other one is that we were in light. We forgot that. We came down to darkness. In other words, we adopted the wrong qualities to make things work, right? And now we want to go back to light. Do you see the point? Do you see the difference? So how many of you believe that we were always in the dark? Nobody. And how many of you believe that you were in light, right? You have experienced light before. That's why you're remembering that. You came down to this darkness, in other words, of trying to be arrogant or trying to be angry or trying to get, too much possessive over something or whatever. That's what I'm calling darkness. So you became like that, and now you are tired of it, you're suffering from it, and you want to go back to light. How many of you believe you started with light and then came down to darkness, and now you want to go back to light? Put your hands up. The rest of you, I guess, are still deciding, right? One way or the other. So the knowledge that we learn here in the Brahma Kumari says that we start with light. We were originally in light because we are children of God, created by God. He filled us with these beautiful qualities that we relate to as light, and He sent us to this world. And we have the memorial of that divinity in the form of deities in front of us, especially in Bharat, especially in India. And that's what we invoke at the time of Diwali. But little by little, we forgot our divinity and we came down and we got lost in the little jungle of everyday living and mundane living and differences and conflicts and, wrong ways of setting things right, all of that. And now those all wrong habits and wrong sanskars or negative sanskar, they are bothering us more than they're bothering others, right? We suffer more from that than others. Sometimes you think that, by getting angry, letting my anger out, I've given my anger over to that person. Doesn't happen, right? You're not able to sleep after that, right? It's making an impact in your biology, even in your body system. You're getting sick from all of the anger. So is that darkness or is it brightness? Have I acted brightly just by getting angry and, showing my anger? No. It's actually darkness because I don't know what I was doing to my own self. Right? So this is the darkness that God wants to remove from our lives. This is the victory that God wants to bring to our lives, the victory over our own negative forces. And therefore He comes and starts by pouring this oil of knowledge into this little clay pot, and by understanding it little by little and by remembering that I am a child of God, the supreme light, and by remembering that whatever are His qualities are also my qualities. So why can't I be like that? Of course, I'm not saying I'm God, but I can little by little by little, I can start becoming like a little God, maybe, like those deities were, right? So this is our study, what we call here study of Raj Yoga. And for us, we think it's very significant. This study connects very deeply with the festival of Diwali, Deepmala. Actually, the Diwali, even this, the whole significance of Diwali is not just one light. Deepavali is actually a whole string of lights, whole rosary of lights, all of us, humanity, coming together, being reignited, and coming together in that beautiful formation of rosary of lights as one human family, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, right? This is what Deepavali is symbolic of, and this is what God is creating as per our understanding within the Brahma Kumaris. And we would love for us all to celebrate it, understand it, and celebrate it, not just one day, not just 2 days, but to really allow that oil of knowledge to get our souls ignited more and more and make it more brighter and brighter, so that our own lives can become more peaceful, our lives within our families can become more loving, and of course, our life in this whole world can become very harmonious, that it can impact our whole community also, right? So this is our message of Deepavali, especially at a time like this, when we are literally going through a lot, in the world out there. Many of us feel hopeless, a sense of, what next, that utter, dire despair. And we say, not only is there hope, but there is certainty that the darkness is ending and the light is here. It's just a matter of embracing that light and allowing the daylight to open, with that sun of knowledge, God's light of wisdom to come in. And we can all participate in it. It's not just God's job, but it is also the job of us as God's children to spread that light, to spread the share that wisdom, the knowledge, the peace, the harmony, and let go of the old and bring in the new. Right? Are you all ready to do that? Yeah. Otherwise, we're not going to let you go back. So the fact that you all came here today means that you're all looking for not just a one-day Diwali, two-day Diwali, but everyday Diwali, where the light can shine bright, you know. I'm not saying that you have to go into the world out there and, you know, make sermons and things like that, but in small little ways you can impact your own little world, your own family, your own friend circle, or even your own self, you know, just being completely joyful even one day without allowing waste thoughts to come into, you know how beautiful an atmosphere it creates in the house, even if you're happy yourself. So we wish to share that kind of Diwali with you. And of course, now we want to also, if there's any quick, you know, interaction or thoughts about what we have shared, we can do that. But we want to also include a little few moments of actual remembrance, what we talked about, that connection of the soul to Supreme Soul. We want to also experience that, you know, in the next part of this program through our meditation. But any quick questions or comments before we go on to do that? No? No, everything was clear? Or you were totally confused? Okay. But remember this choice that you have made, right? Or that we were not always in darkness. So we have a right to go back to light. Right? Our original nature is to be in that light, this consciousness of light. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do a few minutes of yoga or remembrance or, you know, meditation. Meditation is a big word. Yoga also is a very big word, but we use the word remembrance, you know, because remembrance is very easy for any human being. Even a little child remembers their father, right? Mother, friends, whatever. So what are we remembering? We are remembering our own sweet connection with God. Should be simple, right? Should be natural for us also. And towards the end of the meditation, we are also going to ask you to do this not for just your own self, but to also envision how would you like to share this light with people around you, whether it's your small little family, your workplace, the wide world out there, some other country, some people who are especially going through some hardships or war zones or whatever you may want, but to also be able to send that light, rays of light, to some part of the world, just because you are lit and you have the ability to spread that light of peace and love to the world. So we will go through an initial part of creating that stage of being in light, and then of course also sharing it out. Okay. Everyone has a little slip of paper and a pen. Do we have a pen? We're supposed to write something on that paper, I think. Do they need pens or no? So, Om Shanti. I'm going to be speaking these words, and so just follow to whatever extent you can and identify with the feelings behind it, as if you are saying these words. Spend a few moments just settling down the body and the mind, to a stage of comfort and calm. And gently take your attention to the center of the forehead. Looking at this whole body as a diya, but the center of the forehead as that flame, the place where that flame burns, the flame of life, the force of life. The Atma, the soul, the living light, like a star, sparkling. Sparkling with life's most beautiful qualities. Of peace, of love, of wisdom, power, purity, and many more. Connect with this feeling of being light. How do I feel being this living light? Separate from the body. And far removed from the dark forces out there. Just shining light. Light of goodness. Light of beauty. Light of strength. And then I remember that these are qualities that I have acquired from God, the Creator, my parent. That big flame, that imperishable Atma, Supreme Soul, Paramatma. The one who's always shining and sharing that light with the whole world. I connect with that one. In pure, loving remembrance. And I allow that light to make my light even brighter. I allow God's love to make me feel the love that I hold inside for Him and for the world. I allow God's power to make me powerful. To face the darkness and to shine my light. The victory of good over evil, light over darkness, eternal life over death. This is my story. The story of I, the soul, and God, the Supreme Soul, together. Removing the darkness in the world. Bringing light. Bringing hope, bringing relief, bringing comfort, bringing love and care to whoever and wherever it's needed. When I, the soul, shine, the light of the soul reaches far and wide. And touches others. So let me keep shining. And as I remain in this awareness of the shining light, allow yourself to be touched also by a thought, by a feeling, by an inspiration. Of what you would like and how you would like to contribute to making your own life brighter, of bringing that light to your friends and family, or perhaps a wish for the world in some distant part of the world. Good wishes and pure feelings for those in pain or suffering. And you might want to put down now in words on that little slip of paper your simple thought, your simple virtue, your simple wish for yourself, for your family, or the world. And take a moment and do that. And allow the music that's going to come on to move you also. But stay in that space that you have created of inner peace, inner wisdom, spiritual love, and true beauty. You might also want to, at some point in time, as the music comes on, to light your diya, your little lamp that you've all been given, and be inspired by that lamp to be in the stage of the inner light.
रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाए। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति। एक दिया और दुआ का हम जलाए, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाए। हर दिशा है द्वार पर हो वो दिवाली, हर दिशा है द्वार पर हो वो दिवाली। प्यार का हमें सिलसिला चलाए, प्यार का सिलसिला हम चलाए। एक दिया और दुआ का हम जलाए, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाए। दाता का दिया क्यों मुश्किलों से डरता है, दिया वो माटी का जो आंधियों से लड़ता है। तू दाता का दिया क्यों मुश्किलों से डरता है, ऐसे ही ख्यालों से जहां को जगमगाए। ऐसे ही ख्यालों से जहां को जगमगाए, प्यार का हम ऐसा सिलसिला चलाए, प्यार का सिलसिला हम चलाए। एक दिया और दुआ का हम जलाए, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाए। आंधियों से लड़के दियों को बचा ले हम, उम्मीद के दियों को फिर से जला ले हम। आंधियों से लड़के दियों को बचा ले हम, उम्मीद के दियों को फिर से जला ले हम। आस की विश्वास की ज्योति जगाए, आस की विश्वास की ज्योति जगाए। प्यार का हम ऐसा सिलसिला चलाए, प्यार का सिलसिला हम चलाए। एक दिया और दुआ का हम जलाए, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाए। माटी के एक बदल दिया जलाए मन का, याद से हर कोना रोशन जीवन आंगन का। माटी के बदल दिया जलाए मन का, याद से हर कोना रोशन जीवन आंगन का। प्रभु प्रेम की लगन दिल में ऐसी लगाई, प्रभु प्रेम की लगन दिल में ऐसी लगाई। प्यार का हम ऐसा सिलसिला चलाए, प्यार का सिलसिला हम चलाए। एक दिया और दुआ का हम जलाए, रोशनी से दिल का अंधियारा मिटाए। ओम शांति, 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 ओम शांति। Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Kala, and thank you, everyone. And thank you, Shlok and Arav. Arav is a classical singer, you must have guessed it. And Shlok is also has done training in tabla and classical training. So thank you to both of them.
And thank you to Sister Kala for enlightening us on this Diwali program and telling us the true significance of Diwali and connecting us with that our true self, that is the light where we come from, and connecting to the light. So now you have a pen and a lamp in your hand, and you also have a sticky note. So whatever good wish you want to have, the way you want to contribute, just like Sister Kala mentioned, you can write your good wish on that piece of paper, for whether for yourself or any part of the world which you feel needs that good wish, and you can write that thought down on that piece of paper, and slowly, one by one, you can come up and put that sticky note on that globe where you feel needs that, whether it's here in our country, whether it's somewhere else, or whether for yourself, for your family member, or extend that heart to the family of the world. So you can write it and come one by one. After you put that sticky note, and you will take a Toli blessing over here, which is like a blessing you'll get, which is personal for you. And you'll also get a sweet from here, which is cooked in God's remembrance. And from here you will go. You have to also put the light lamp on that table on the side as a symbol, and you'll be guided by ushers to walk out and get a small refreshment for the day. And before we do that, you can take a minute and write your thought down, and then we'll announce later. And also at Brahma Kumaris, just the volume. So we offer various programs at Brahma Kumaris. Every Tuesday in the evening at 7 p.m. we have experiential meditation. We pick up a topic, and with that topic we offer meditation. That's every Tuesday. And the last topic we had, that content that creates contentment. And we also have children's class once a month here at the center in Piscataway. Please have a seat. Yes, come. Yes. So we offer classes for children every month, once a month. And the topic for this month is Eternally Grateful. And that's actually tomorrow, 11 a.m. till 12:30. And we also offer children's class at Monroe Sai Temple over there. That's also once a month. We are starting with Raj Yoga meditation course. If any of you want to learn how to meditate, if you felt the peace that was the vibration because of meditation, experience of meditation. And if you're interested in learning Raj Yoga meditation, we're starting up a course on Monday, which is 11th of November. So it's going to be on 11th, 13th, 14th, and 15th at 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. over here. You can go onto the website bknj.org to receive more information, or you could give your email address if you want to subscribe to the emails, so you get more notifications. And we have every third Sunday of the month, we have World Meditation Hour here. So we do give donation of meditation or pure thoughts for the entire world on the same topic every third Sunday in the entire country, in the entire world. So we have that also. So now one of you can come one by one. Yes, light up the lamp, put your sticky note, and from here you could come up, take the blessing, your personal blessing, take the sweet, and then go for a refreshment. You could come back and sit here and have your refreshment. So, or you could sit in that room and have the refreshment. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? Yes. It's in person. So we recommend that Raj Yoga meditation course to be in person, because when you come in person, you want to have an experience. So it is much more valuable if you come here. And it's on Zoom also this time. But definitely, if you want to take full benefit, come in. Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. It will be in English. Yes, very good question. It will be in English for this time. But we do have it in Hindi and Gujarati also. Not this week though. Yes. Any other questions anyone has? Okay. We can start, and one by one you can come up and post. We can have some music.
शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं अपने अपने मन में। जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से, सुख ही सुख कण कण में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं। परिवर्तन की है ये बेला, ये जग बदलने वाला। राजयोग का मार्ग यही है, सहज सरल निराला। दिव्यता की बन जाए मूरत, मंदिर से इस तन में। जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से, सुख ही सुख कण कण में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं। सबको सुख तुम देते जाओ, मगन रहो प्रभु प्यार में। प्रेम की धारा बहाते जाओ। अब तुम इस संसार में प्यारे प्रभु को पहचानो तुम। बसा है हर धड़कन में, जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से। सुख ही सुख कण कण में। शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाएं। जैसे बरसे गगन से बादल, ऐसा तेरा प्यार है, सहयोग योग है साधना, सुख का ये आधार है। अंतर की ज्योति है जगानी, अब हमको जन जन में जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से। सुख ही सुख कण कण में, शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाए, अपने अपने मन में जग उजियारा होगा प्रेम से। सुख ही सुख कण कण में, शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाए, शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाए, शुभ संकल्पों के दीप जलाए।
Everybody wants, every one of us needs. I got wings on my back and I'm ready to leave. There is love in my heart that will help me to start my journey to within. With faith I must begin. Everybody wants, every one of us needs. I got wings on my back and I'm ready to leave. Part of my soul wants to race through the skies to get what I want, to reach what I need. Part of my soul wants to race through my troubles so small, I reach so high to embrace it all. On the top of the mountain, my troubles so small, I reach so high to embrace it all. Embrace it सुख शांति और प्रेम की स्वर्णिम दुनिया आई, दिवाली आई, दिवाली आई। दीपिका छाई छाई, रोशनी लाई लाई, जिंदगी गाई, खुशियाँ ही आई।